person. And on top of that, that CISO was where you were. You know what I mean? It's not like they were born, they went and took education, they just became a CISO. Like that didn't happen. They had to go through trials, tribulations, had to learn. And that's why I think that's an important perspective to look at. You know, it's everybody started somewhere.
Yeah. I have a good friend of mine that, you know, when I got nervous talking to people, he would say, "Oh, well, you know, are they like from a different species? Like, are they human? You know, do they bleed red? You know?" And obviously, all the answers are yes. And he goes, "Well, then, what are you nervous about? It's just another person."
Yep, that's it.
And he made a, you know, it was a really good way of thinking about it, you know, because at the end of the day, we're all just people. We may have different titles and whatnot, but we all have our own story, our own path, you know, that we went down, right? And I hope my conversations, you know, with you and with other people will help someone, you know, kind of realize that and understand that they can do whatever they set their minds to. You know, they can do it no matter how big of a jump it is, which, you know, with you going from the career center right into cybersecurity. I mean, if I were to guess, you know, 100 times, right, where you were going to go from a career center, I never in a million years would have guessed cybersecurity.
But, you know, and it's kind of funny too, because I had a manager that, we just did not get along. We did not get on at all. Threatened to make me cry, like just not a good manager. And I think this is going to sound ridiculous, but I'm actually grateful for that experience because it made me push myself more. Like I was pushing myself to prove to that person that I'm not a huge fan of, you know what, I'm better than what you think I am. I'm more than what you think I am, and I'm going to prove to myself that you're wrong. And that's been in the back of my head the entire time while I was pursuing this career. I'm like, I'm going to prove this guy wrong. And I know it's not the best way to do it, but it was the kick that I needed. You know, that person influenced my self-esteem, my self-worth, and that was wrong because I'm worth it. I'm a capable human. And the fact that almost like they tore me down wasn't what I needed. So in the back of my head, I was like, no. I'm going to prove this person. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to get there. And then I did. And it was a huge accomplishment.
You know, it's interesting that you bring that up. I had a very similar experience early on in my career, and I don't think I've really talked about it on the podcast. You know, so early on in my career, a contract had ended kind of abruptly with a company. They extended several times. Little did I know they were going to go bankrupt within a year. And so they canceled the contract, and within like a week or two, maybe 3, I had another job. I didn't know it at the time, but this company, and specifically the hiring manager over the department, had a fantastic history of hiring people and arranging the contract in such a way where they can terminate you for any reason without cause within 90 days.
Oh no.
And I didn't, you know, understand that. I figured it was, you know, a normal thing because I'm so early on in my career. I figured, well, what am I going to do in 90 days that'll get me fired? You know, like I'm going to be learning about the company and what to do and all this other stuff. And so I didn't think anything of it. Well, you know, he gave me these 3 or 4 major projects to do. And I mean, when you set a goal in front of me, like I just march towards it. Like it doesn't matter what happens. I just go towards it until I hit it. You know, like I'm never late on deadlines or anything like that. I finished the projects 2 weeks before the 90 days. And, you know, the following Monday, I'm let go. Right. And come to find out, he has a history of doing this where he purposefully hires people to do projects that other people don't want to do and gets rid of them at the 90-day mark or right around it, you know. And that was a huge thing for me. So I'm already hurt, you know, from that perspective. And it's the holiday season. So literally in the holiday season, if you get fired, you know, you are waiting until January to get a new job. Because 100% of companies are posting, but no one is really hiring. You may even interview, but no one is hiring. Right. And, you know, I'm a new grad from school. I have bills to pay. I have a car loan. I have student loans, you know, all this other stuff. So it was extremely stressful for me at the time. And I interviewed with, another company. Eventually I got the job with this company, but, he requested to speak to my previous manager.